Hi everyone and welcome to a new video. Are you into staking like me and you like to keep your staking rewards but you're not always able to put in new capital into the crypto market? Well, then I got some good news for you because Ramp allows you to leverage those assets without losing your liquidity stake. I also want to apologize for my voice because I got a little bit of a cold. So if you are interested in getting those rewards and getting some extra crypto, then be sure to keep on watching in this video. And if you like this video, also don't forget to give it a like, subscribe to the channel and push this video to the moon. Thanks. As with every deep dive, our analysis starts on the official page, which is rampdefi.com. So here we find the light paper, but let's just dive in quickly what they say their solution is. So the solution that Ramp offers is that they allow you to use your non-ERC20 tokens. For example, if you have tokens on Toma Chain or Solana and so forth, you will be able to keep staking on those platforms and then just use those assets as collateral to get some rUSD in return that you then can use on the Ethereum blockchain to buy whatever you want. And of course, this without losing your liquidity rewards. So the benefits are very simple. You have a cross-chain liquidity bridge between all the upcoming chains and Ethereum. You'll be keeping your staking rewards, and that is very important for me. And this way you can be yield stacking because you will be earning your initial staking rewards, and then you can use those dollars for whatever you want to buy and then stake that product as well. So you'll be staking upon staking. Then we see the whole ecosystem that they're going to build, but we'll dive into that in a second when we go over the light paper. Then we see the partners that they're working with. They have the entire team on there with the LinkedIn profile, so that's good. Then we have the roadmap, the advisors, and investors. As always, you have to start your research with the white or a light paper. In this case, they pushed the light paper. It's only 15 pages long, so it's really easy to get through. And I think this is a minimum read that you have to do. If you want to dive in a little bit deeper, then you should go for the white paper. I couldn't find the link immediately on the website, so I went to the Telegram group, and the moderators there are very responsive, and they immediately gave me a link to the GitHub. And on the GitHub, we really find everything. We got the official white paper, then we have the security audits for the Tomo chain, Ramp security audits, and so forth. So everything that you need can be found here on the GitHub. When you quickly scan the white paper, you will find some very technical information, which can be useful for some of you. Some very good examples. And then this page on page 7 is really gold in my opinion. They compare themselves to the competition. So we got Acala, which hasn't released yet. This is also an interesting project that you can take a look at. So it hasn't been officially rolled out, but you can already go to the website, test the application, and keep an eye on the launch on the different chains. Then we have Kava, which has been around for quite some time. So this will be my reference when we're taking a look at the potential of the Ramp token. So as you can see, of course, there is competition, but they are doing pretty well. So I think for me, the most important aspect is that you can keep earning those rewards on your initial coins that you use as collateral. Then when taking a look at the light paper, the first part is that they got the executive summary. This is like really the minimum that you have to do. And they focus on the value locked in DeFi and the fact that they actually want to unlock the value that you have in DeFi, because their whole idea is that you can keep your money in the DeFi projects, keep earning your returns, and then on top of that, leverage those assets that you have in there. So the most important part of the light paper to me is the ecosystem. So for us as a user, we have the stake module, the mint module, and the vaults. And then in the backend, if I can say it that way, we have the treasury. So if you don't have enough collateral and you get liquidated, the treasury will handle whatever happens with this liquidation. And then we have the burn function. So when you use the Ramp network, of course, you have to pay fees, and these fees are going to be given back to the network. So they will be burning these fees, which of course in time means that the Ramp token will be deflationary and there will be less and less Ramp tokens. So if people use the project, then the value of the token will go up. So let's go over a quick example. Let's say we are supporting the Toma chain and we are receiving some rewards for our proof of stake, and we just have the coin in our wallet. And what we could do is, rather than have it in our wallet, we put it into the ramp ecosystem with the rStake function. This means we are going to keep our stake, but we have to give up 30%. In return, we do get the ramp token. So if you don't believe in the ramp token, this is probably a bad deal in your eyes. But now the interesting part comes with the rmint function. With the mint function, we will be still getting that 70% of our regular rewards, and we'll be getting the ramp tokens, and on top of that we will be getting rUSD, which is an ERC20 token linked to the value of the US dollar, or linked to USDT, USDC. At least that is the goal of the project. And then we can use this ERC20 token either to stake by itself and get interest on that as well. So now we have the staking rewards, and then we have interest on the rUSD or USDT or whatever we want to buy on the Ethereum network. So even if you're not planning to buy a new coin, you can still use the vaults, which is of course the third part of the ecosystem, to then put in the USDT or USDC or even the rUSD that you just bought. You just put it in a vault and get interest on that as well. So you'll be getting the initial blockchain rewards of your initial asset, and then on top of that you will be getting your rewards in the vaults. Or if you bought another token, then of course you were able to leverage your initial coins to get a new asset in your portfolio. Alright, then it's time to talk about the token. So the token is a utility token and a governance token. And it's good to see that there are several mechanisms in play to give the token value. So first of all, they will promote the token staking of the ramp token itself. Then we have the inflationary aspect of the whole ecosystem. So all the fees that are gathered on the platform, they are getting used to buy up the ramp tokens, and those ramp tokens will be burned. So this way the ramp token is a deflationary asset. So the more popular the platform gets, the less tokens will be available, and that should drive up the price. On top of that, ramp will also be used as a collateral asset. So this means for everything that is being minted, some ramp tokens will be used in the ecosystem and will be locked up. Then we have the governance aspect. If somebody has 500,000 ramp, which is about $75,000 in ramp tokens, so I don't think many people have it, but you'll be able to request a change proposal, and then everybody else who has less is able to use their governance token to vote on these change proposal requests. So the more popular the ecosystem gets, the more people want to get involved with the governance process, and therefore the more important holding ramp tokens will become. And then last but not least, this is something we've seen in several other projects. The longer you will hold the ramp token, the more farming power you will get. So you'll be rewarded for holding the tokens, and you will get more APY. Then we have a little recap. So ramp will be used in the minting of rUSD. Hopefully the rUSD will be used in different DeFi projects, and therefore we will be needing more ramp tokens. Then we will be burning the fees. Hopefully a lot of ramp will be locked up in staking and in the yield farming and the governance participation. Then we see the roadmap of the project. So the basic project is done, and right now they have started the marketing phase. So you'll probably see a lot of YouTubers and TikTokers and so forth going to talk about this project. They'll also be launching more ramp vaults. They will be integrating more different chains. They will also be launching an affiliate program, so that will be very interesting. And then they will also have a bug bounty program. Last but not least, we have the token allocation, and as you can see, it is very healthy. 45% is for the farming reserves. Then we have the 20% for partnerships, protocol reserves, and so forth. Then there was the token sale, which is 19%, and only 16% is for the team and advisors. So I'm pretty happy with this distribution. Then we'll quickly go over the team. So Lawrence is the project lead. He used to work at IOST. Then we have Terry, which is the technical advisor. He is also a member of IOST. This also means that we shouldn't be surprised that one of the first blockchains that was integrated is, of course, IOST. Then we have Zenrong and Casper. They both have a lot of experience in the blockchain field when you look at their LinkedIn profiles. And then we have Jeremy and Jeanette. They both have experience in the corporate finance world. So it looks like a solid team. Then when we take a look at the apps that they have right now, so they've launched the Stake app and the Vaults. And right now, as I told you, of course, they've integrated IOST, Tomo Chain, and Tezos. Solana and other projects are coming up in the upcoming weeks. And then we have defaults. Right now you can stake the ramp token itself, and you'll get an APY of 16%, or you can stake the ramp ETH liquidity pair, which will give you right now 380%. Of course, this will go down when the project gets hyped, but of course now you can enjoy pretty good APYs if you jump on it right now. So what is the potential of this coin? Right now the market cap is 21 million. Let's take a look at the competition. Since the other two competitors that they mentioned in their white paper are not officially launched yet, we're just going to take a look at Kava, which has been around for quite some time. So Kava launched at about $1 and is now still at $1, but it did peak at about $4, $5 here. So that would be a potential 5x if we would get another DeFi bubble in the upcoming months, which is pretty realistic. When we take a look at market cap, we see 85 million for Kava, and we compare that to, for example, our ramp token. We're only at about 20 million, so there's definitely still room for a 4x at the current price. If you then add in a potential DeFi bubble, then yeah, I think it's very realistic to count on a 10x. Of course, this is not guaranteed, this is not financial advice, this is just looking at the potential. It doesn't mean that we'll get there. There's a lot of things that can go wrong in the market, so always keep that in mind. As always, I like to go over the different risks. As with any project, there is smart contract risk. With some projects, you can go, for example, to Nexus Mutual to get an insurance against smart contract risk. But in this case, it's a pretty new project. I couldn't find them on Nexus Mutual. But if you're quite heavily invested in some project like Celsius, BlockFi, Aave, and so forth, you can take a look at Nexus Mutual. It could be interesting. Depending on the project, I think 2.6 is still acceptable if you want to be covered against loss. Also be sure to see what is covered and what isn't covered. I haven't used it yet, but I think the concept is definitely interesting. Sadly, the ramp project is not in here yet. This smart contract risk is of course limited, as they had several audits that you can see on their GitHub, so they at least did their effort. Many DeFi projects don't want to pay for audits, and they get into a lot of trouble. Thankfully, this project has done their audits, so I'm really happy to see that they did their homework. The next one is Vaults. Same thing goes for there. They have some smart contract audits. They put the links here as well. And then of course the next product that they will launch is the minting product, and that of course is a bit more risky, because you're going to put up collateral. You're going to put up the coins that you have as collateral, and you're going to get basically a loan in return in rUSD. So rUSD should be linked to the value of a stable coin like USDC or USDT. If somehow that would fail, so you have a smart contract risk there as well. Then you have smart contract risk in USDT and USDC because it's linked to that value. And then of course, if the whole crypto market would crash, or the value of your asset that you gave as collateral would crash, then you have a potential risk of being liquidated. And then one thing I forgot to mention, of course, if you're providing liquidity with a pair like ramp and ETH, then of course you also have the risk of impermanent loss. And then before we wrap up this video, I can imagine that you are wondering if I'm going to invest in this project. Well, because we have the option to farm and to get rewards by putting up a stake, I'm going to wait until they put Solana on there, because I have some Solana tokens. Right now I don't have any Tezos anymore. I sold it. I don't have IOST. I don't have Tomo. So my plan is not to buy the token, but to farm the token. In general, I just don't like to buy tokens that are in their marketing phase and not really being pushed right now. So if it would dip back to, for example, 10 cents, then I would buy a very limited amount of tokens, and then I would definitely put it in Vault, because I definitely like the APY, and that would be my purpose, just to get more tokens with the staking rewards of the Vault. Alright, that's it for this video. If you made it to the end, I assume that you liked the video, so be sure to give it a thumbs up, post a comment, and it doesn't matter what you say, this will really help me, the YouTube algorithm, and then of course subscribe for more videos. Thanks again for watching. I love to hear from you guys, and then I'll see you in the next one. Bye.